Time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent Daily Plan the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. All right, here I am, and here you are. Okay, so let's get down to it. The list. School Us album sales. I'm happy to report I'm not doing this as late or as early or whatever you want to say as last time. I don't know, my battery's low. Uh-oh. Oh no. I didn't notice that. There's the album. Uh-oh. Oh no. Well, let's just take this show as far as I can go, and then I gotta roll and get the cord. Dang. Man, nothing, it's hard. Life, I'll just say it's hard. I mean, I missed the bridge. I went across the bridge on accident. Now I don't have the power cord. What are we doing here? Mammy, can you bring out the power cord, please? Thank you. Oh, my daughter's going to save me. That's my nickname for her. She told me to always call her that when she was 4 years old. So I stuck to that. It's cute. All right. So let's see. All right. Well, that's a relief. She can hear me. So nothing to report on the album sales. Country music. Oh, man, this. Why did I miss the exit and go to Bellevue? Why do I do a lot of things? Hello? Just trying to figure it out. Okay, so thank you. She saves the day. Anyhow. Oh, wow, it's getting dark right now. Look at that. Good timing. Ooh. So, nothing to report on the country music. I didn't see the same fellow this week. I didn't hear anything. So, I'll keep you all posted on that. But I think I did talk to somebody about country music. It was probably earlier in the week, so I don't remember. Okay, YouTube channel. I did, and the Instagram. I think I did a better job this week with those. Let's see how they do. Last week's Instagram was not good at all. My worst, but. Well, the more things I do, the more mistakes I make because there's more potential for mistakes because I'm doing so many things. So I recorded what I thought was a decent post last week, and I didn't share it. It was in the morning. I realized I hadn't shared it, so I redid it real quick, and it probably didn't come off as good because it's got the fewest views, 10. So whatever. But YouTube Shorts got like 84 or something. So that's not bad, right? Okay. I don't have much else to say about that right now. Rules of engagement. Can't think of anything to say. Bellevue Ballers. Let's keep on keeping on with that. Really, job-wise, just I don't even want to hardly talk about it. I talked enough about it, but it's just like it's just at the point of ridiculous. So we'll see. I'm just kind of in a waiting for my schedule to finalize so I can try to rise. Let's have the schedule finalized. So things keep changing, you know. So anyway, I did carry mail some last week, but I'm back to cleaning. I can't believe I'm saying those words. I didn't think that was possible, you know. What is that when you get a pardon? You know, do they undo the part? I don't know. It's just incredible to me. So yeah, that affects a lot. But anyway, let me mention. I guess we could say music for Back to the Rhymes. I heard from Alaron. I didn't talk to him. I texted a little bit. So he says pretty soon, probably by the end of the month, we could do some stuff. He said if I want to do something, let him know. But before that, he said the end of the month. So I'll stick with that, even though considering my schedule this week now would be good, but I'm going to stick with his first suggestion, which was end of the month. So see if it happens because it's not going to be easy. It's working late up till 8:30 p.m. by Friday. You know, as the week goes on, it seems like it gets a little worse. Tuesday off at 4, so I could do a few things if I get off that time. Okay, so yeah, music. Nothing for music. Back to the Rhymes for merch. Nothing to say about that. Man, I didn't feel like I did anything this week. I'm just flying through this stuff. But here I am. There's that. I'm still kind of bummed about my website. You know, I didn't use it much, but the lyrics are up there. And Giorgio put so much time into that. I don't know. It just disappeared, and I'll never see it again. All the work he put into it, and I, of course, put some work into it. He put a lot of time into typing out those lyrics. I can't believe it just disappeared. Anyway, Trump's gonna thump. That's over here. Nothing with the song. I just think it's fun. I just think it'd be fun to poll people if you were to rank them: Trump, Biden, Robert Kennedy, and DeSantis, right? Ron DeSantis. Who would be your 1 through 4, and just 1 through 4. You know, that'd be fun. I think. I like that kind of stuff. I just can't do it, but I can do it casually, you know, here or there. But let's see if I remember to do that. It's just funny. A couple of my coworkers will do the chant, you know, from that song, which is cool. And John, he does Back to the Rhyme stuff. You know, I suggested that we record it over the intercom at work, but he didn't want to get in trouble, which I could understand. I think we can maybe do it. He said if it's audio only and then upload it, I might be able to do it as a short, and it's kind of obscure where we are, but I don't know what it'll sound like, but I could do it as a short, maybe YouTube short or something for fun, just for to have it in the archives. You'll be glorified. So nothing to share there. I wasn't able to get to. Our church had a kind of a worship night last weekend, but we were out of town. I would have been at that. That's always a good environment to do stuff. And then I think the Sedaris Church is probably having. They had it last Monday. Oh my gosh, never mind. The first Monday of the month, I thought. But anyway, so those are good for this worship night. Are good, but oftentimes I haven't been able to make those. It's probably Monday nights are tough because it runs into a challenge with what I'm doing with Bellevue Ballers, because that's my deadline for the week. So it's hard for me to do stuff Monday nights oftentimes, even though I'd like to get that work done earlier in the week, but like Saturday. But it's been hard lately. Okay. I shared this with the house church, and it was an interesting conversation. I'll share it here. So on the route, my old route, there's the Bathhouse Theater, which is kind of an interesting name in itself, but it's been that name for probably ever, as far as I know. But anyway, I was using the restroom. I didn't pay too close of attention, but then when I was using it, I did hear what sounded like female hard sole footsteps going through the bathroom. It's like, well, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, I guess there's this kind of an open walkway to uh, the theater office or supply room or something. So somewhere that they go. But then as I was leaving, I noticed, well, hold on, and I've been in that restroom a lot in the past, and it was the men's bathroom. And now it's a everybody bathroom, gender neutral, whatever. You have a urinal with a little curtain and all this stuff, and it's like, oh well, how exciting. And of course you got to wear a mask there too. Yeah, man, it's just really great. I was thinking like, man, and I was happy that they let me use the restroom. No one was there yet anyway, but it's like I gotta pay, I gotta watch a play, and I gotta wear a mask. I mean, those are top three things I don't want to be doing anyway. And then, oh, by the way, again, and I said this in the group, as a guy, I'm not too concerned about women in the restroom with me. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but as a woman, you want men in the restroom? I don't think so. It's creepy, I think, on some levels. It's just craziness. And they have a sign. I tried to look online because I didn't want to stop and read their sign as I was leaving because they'd all see me reading their sign, but I did want to see what their explanation for this is. But because this is I don't know if it's a law. Some people implement it, others don't. There doesn't seem to be a consequence or any type, but whatever. I think I already have my next song lined up, so we'll see. I might get through this pretty soon, get on to the next one. And I was explaining this in the group, but I don't know if this is a revelation for people, but it's not for me. So I will hold off because it's content for my next song. But anyway, I just shared that experience. And I'll get back to the rhymes. So look at me. I'm pretty far ahead of the game here. And so what do we have? If you gotta be the only one, if I gotta be the only one, so be it. If that seems like you, that's two. If I'm here and you're there, were we to occupy the same square, guess that'd be rare. Cause it'd always be like we the only one. What's the use? What's the fun if you can't stick to your guns, let alone your convictions? Little to none, I reckon. I don't recall God saying we could recall the fall, but his son could. So I was going off on some stuff. Oh man. How I see that when it gets into theology and all this, and oh wow. Um I guess you would say God didn't utter the words. He sent his only begotten son to say, hey, I want to reset. So he's like his spokesperson, right? And he would deliver his message through prophets, of course. And there you have it. So I was just kind of going off a little bit. Maybe it's pretty early in the morning too. Why not? But I can still work with it, right? Don't recall God saying we could recall the fall. Why did I even say that? What does that have to do with what I was saying? I don't know. Sorry about that, but the show must go on. Okay, so what do I do now? All right, so let alone your convictions on little to none, I reckon. So, stick to your guns, of course, if you are a believer. There's a lot to stick to there and to not to capitulate, I guess you could say, to the world. We could recall, I don't recall God saying we could recall the fall, but his son could and did. He could and did. Yes, y'all. Never heard a phrase like that, had you? Probably not. At least I haven't. He took on the role of the only one. I'll just say this. He took on only one. The only. Such an interesting phrase, but it sounds cool anyway. Begotten Son. I gotta say. Being the only one. Must be the way. All right. So that I can conclude the verse. Now, what's the hook? Okay. Let me think about that. If I gotta be the only one, so be it. If it seems like you, that's two. But if I'm here and you're there, were we to occupy the same square, I guess that'd be rare. Because it'd always be like we the only one. What's the use? What's the fun if you can't stick to your guns, let alone your convictions? Little, I reckon. I don't recall God saying we could recall the fall, but his son could and did. Yes, yes, y'all. He took the role of the only one, the only begotten son. I gotta say, being the only one must be the way. I guess I didn't recognize I said I don't recall God saying we as humans could recall the fall, but his son could. So I think that's what I was getting at there. The second Adam, right? What is that? Yeah. All right. So I'm tempted to start into the next verse. I'm thinking of saying, but I don't. I wonder if I could do two verses, then a hook. So let's say I do one verse, pause, let a little instrument go. Because, we had the worship song today. It's really good. Hallelujah. I guess my daughter liked my singing, but hallelujah to the one who set me free. Hallelujah. What is it? God, it's something like that. What is it? God, our living hope. It's a great song, but man, there is a lot of stuff before you get to the chorus. It's really cool, a song. And I've heard that song numerous times, and I finally figured out what song it was at the beginning, where I probably heard it numerous times, not knowing, oh, that's that song, because it just takes a while to get there, but it's really cool how they did it. So, I think I might try that. So, why not? But, all right. So, what was I thinking of? I'd say, I had a thought of what to say. Shoot, what was I even going to say? Okay. Oh, yeah, I know. being the only one has perks. Now, my man Will was talking about it in Sunday school today. The works by faith, but they're not one or the other, and they kind of work together, you know. But here, I mean, it rhymes with perks. So if I say being the only one has perks, I'm turning into that kind of song, aren't I? Why not? Being the only one has perks. Let me try this. Doing what's right, that works. And it's explained, and anyone who's Catholic can speak to this. With and it might not be thought of, but in our little discussion group, it's always like earning your way to heaven, this kind of stuff. Not knowing, it's kind of unique, I guess, in Christianity. Is you're not supposed to feel this stress about how the story ends, whereas in other faiths, you got to always be on edge about doing the right activities to please God or the gods or whatever, right? If you have your faith in Christ and He paid the price, you don't have to. It's supposed to be. It's not like kick back and don't do anything. It's you don't have to have a fear of eternal damnation based on did you do the right amount of some activities, check the right amount of boxes. I heard maybe if you're Catholic, you got to say a certain amount of Hail Marys if you do something wrong, and then you're good or whatever. But again, it's not. And it doesn't sound very enjoyable if that's the way it is. And I'm open to being instructed that that's not the way. If that isn't what's indeed happening, right? I would hate to be wrong about what I'm hearing. Okay. All right. So being the only one has perks. Doing what's right, that works. Works and faith. I'm just going to kind of go off of what Will was talking about. Works and faith. That's great. Maybe just kind of break it out what he was talking about in the rap. It's not. I mean, basically, you're not having one without the. Not having one. The other. Not having one without the other. They hand. Is it hand and glove or hand in glove? It seems like it'd be hand in glove, right? The hand in glove? Hand in glove. What do I do here? Pardon me. It's right there. I don't know. Sometimes the dictionary has little phrases. I'm not going to go online. Okay. Let's just see if it's in here. No, it's not going to tell me. Hand in glove. They hand in glove. Hand in glove. I guess if you say it fast, you wouldn't know what someone's saying, as I haven't my whole life. The hand in glove. Much love to the maker. Even if I wanted, I just can't shake you. Can't shake you. So I'm going to change up what it sounds like. Can't shake you. Hand that. I mean, can we shake? Can you imagine shaking Jesus' hand or shaking God? How is that really a possibility? I mean, he's on earth. Nice to meet you. I don't know what a customary greeting would be. Just can't shake your hand at present. I think a lot of it, I think, thought, because we don't know what the experience will be like, but obviously with the first, face to face with Almighty and the Son, that's just the beginning of forever, right? So, but first impressions or whatever, right? So, if I want, I just can't shake your hand at present. This person was right. That one works in faith. That's great. Not having one with the other. They hand in glove. Much love to the maker. Even if just can't shake your hand at present. I think the phrase is, you were presented as a living. Were presented. Gosh, I hope I'm saying this right. As the living sacrifice. So nice. So nice. And so much more. To be the only one was what you were here for. And I'll end it there, folks. Till next time, back to the rhymes.